Thank you for tuning in. I'm saying that like this is a television show, but welcome to Danny Forever. I'm your host Danny, and today we're gonna talk about a little bit about the insurance industry. So I've been working in insurance industry kind of for a while. Like I've had my try taste, if you will, in 2023. I did still work in the education field for a while. So I kind of like slowly dived my way into the insurance industry. And I worked for, I would say, one of the top three insurance agencies here in America for roughly about, let me see, 9 months, I would say, solid. More like 8 months, solid 8 months. And I just have a list of 5 questions, not questions, but like 5 things that I wish that I would have known about before entering the insurance industry. Now, I will preface that I'm still trying to remain hopeful within the industry, but it's a numbers game. And then, of course, if you're in the wrong agency, it makes it tough. I'm not gonna lie. But if you're looking to get into the insurance industry, it's a great way to maximize your earning potential. You know, insurance is a product, right? And sorry, it touches different parts of our lives. So, home insurance, renters insurance, auto insurance, there's business insurance, there's health insurance, and there's life insurance. Definitely from the auto, at the bare minimum, liability is a requirement, at least a state requirement. Like you're required to have insurance. And then a home insurance, if you do have a mortgage, you're required to have a home mortgage. If you're renting, it really depends on what area you're in, but I live in Dallas, Texas. So every unit literally is required to have renter's insurance. And for good reasons, like things happen, things that you can't foresee happening. Like, when was it? Probably in February or late January of this year alone, we had a very icy, cold week, and we was working from home. But like, I fell outside like 5 times. I'm not gonna lie, I fell on that ice 5 times and I hurt myself. I was a little traumatized. I kind of didn't want to go to work, but I just didn't want to walk outside. But during that time, definitely after the fact, we did get a lot of calls. There were people whose their neighbors, their neighbors' water pipes had burst because it was so cold, right? And so he was calling in to make a claim on his insurance, and guess what? It covered it. It's payout. So he got paid to replace his things because he had insurance in place for the right amount that he needed. And so I feel like insurance is one of those things that it is very useful. I will say some of the frustrating things for me is just like certain companies where it's just too expensive and it's like, okay, now you're doing too much. We need insurance, and well, we should have insurance in multiple areas of facets of our life. And like, if all the insurance is too high, like, make it make sense. Anyways, let's go back to my list. These are the top 5 things I wish I knew before I started working here. And also, too, if I would have known this, I feel like it would have prepared me to ask better questions during the interview to make sure that I was saying yes to the right agency. But even that, I tried to be led by God when I was picking the agencies. Although they weren't, like, it was really one major agency that I was a part of. But even now on this journey to opening up my own agency, I'm not gonna lie, for me personally, it might just be a personal struggle, but it's very tough for me right now. And I kind of want to low key quit every day. Um, but that's just because it's tough and there's many factors to life. But anyways, number one, well, not number one, I take it back. Number 5, I wish I would have known that the agents may decide to pay you 2 times a month or once a month. So what I mean by that is, yes, you of course they're gonna give you an offer for your salary. Now, depending on what insurance company you go with, you may have a base salary or you may just be only commission. So the ones that I worked at, well, the first one I started was life insurance. It's just commission only, and then that just didn't work out, especially during the time of my life. But then I transitioned and went into one of the top three U.S. agents, well, companies, and that was base salary. And with that being said, so like you may be used to working somewhere where they pay you bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks. But for me, I was getting paid twice a month, so it was generally the same day every month. It was what was it? Oh, I don't know. I'm so tired today. I got paid on the 5th and the 20th. And then this time around, I'm in another top three insurance company here in the US. And in this agent's office, I will only be getting paid once a month. So I do have a salary, but it will be the top of the month. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little scary. I really gotta dig deep and learn how to budget even better. So that's what I mean, where an agent may decide to pay you twice a month or once a month. And then typically though, the first one that I did, I really like and enjoyed. It was twice a month, and then the way he structured the commission was you would get your commission if you commissioned out from the previous commission, kind of like a date block, or let's just say the previous month's commission, you get paid on the second paycheck of the following month, which was really cool. It worked out for me. I enjoyed that structure. And then number 4, something that I wish I would have known prior to, is that they will lowball you for commission, and mostly will be, well, they will lowball you, period, or try your, especially if you entry level, if you didn't have sales experience before, or the type experience sales experience they're looking for. So some might say, yeah, retail is good, but it's not structured the same. So the way it's structured is very high volume, a lot of what is it called, product presentations. So that kind of model and style of sales is probably more ideal or aligns better with insurance. And so you might get offered a higher, or be able to negotiate a higher pay based on that. But if they feel or know that you're super entry level, they're gonna lowball you. They're gonna try to pay you a base salary that is the lowest possible, and it can be anywhere from 24K to 35K. Honestly, I don't feel like that's livable if you're a single person who has a child or multiple children. That's not a living wage to me here in America. And it depends on what city you're in. It can depend if you have, what's it called, if you have a support system. If you don't, that's not enough. Especially if you're learning in the beginning, the first 3 months, where it's like really learning. Like you're learning the product, you're learning how to actually sell if you don't know how to sell, learning how the culture of the office, like depending on who you are, it could be faster, it could be slower. But you're gonna have good months, you're gonna have great months, and you're gonna have terrible months. My advice is to pick the right agency and ask the right questions. And this is what I'm hoping that can spark in you, is to think of like the structure and the way something is, giving you a little bit of insight in the insurance agency. That way you feel better equipped with the right questions, so that you're able to choose the right agency, so that you have opportunity to really grow in the insurance industry. Now, the third thing that I wish I would have known prior to going into insurance is that a lot of agents will push you for you to sell to your friends and family. They may not hire you if you can't come up with a list. Sometimes they'll tell you to have a list of 100 or a list of 500. Some agents will require you to have it, before you start. Some agents may require you to accumulate that or come up with that list within the first 3 months. Um, yeah, the first 3 months of working with them. This may be a reason to fire somebody, and someone may decide that. Um, okay, and then the second thing that I wish I would have known before going to insurance is that more often than not, even if the job post says that they have a 401k, benefits, and health insurance, there isn't any. Like, majority of the time. It is very rare. Like, that agency has to be doing well, because what it is, that it's an agency office that they may be using the name of one of those well-known insurance carriers, but that doesn't mean they're still a small business at the end of the day. And until they get to a place where they can have a certain amount of employees to even be able to get group health insurance and stuff like that, that's not typically something that they offer. Even if it says it on the job post. So make sure you confirm before you start what is the benefit package, what is if there's 401k, if there's health insurance, or at least help. Some places I know insurance where they will pay anywhere from 50 to 80% of your health insurance, and then you pay the remainder. But majority of the time they don't have insurance. And then the number one thing that I wish I would have known before starting insurance is that besides knowing that you have to reach a certain benchmark to reach commission, in my head, I don't know why. I guess I came because where I originally started was just only commission. I didn't need to sell a certain amount to receive commission. I just had to sell something. But in this structure where there's a base pay, it's almost like you're earning your base pay, is that you're gonna have to break into commission. So what I mean that is they have a set goal for you for every month, and you have to sell that amount of premium. So on average, I'm gonna say on average in the industry that I noticed, it is 20K. There's some places that are higher, anywhere from 25 to 35K, where you have to sell that amount of premium in the month. And if you don't get commission for that month. So the number one thing I would advise is that you make sure that that base pay pays for your living expenses, pays for your bills, and pays for your food. Like, if you can have at least those things covered in your base pay, then you're golden, because then in the commission, that's just anything above, right? Honestly, I would say in the base pay, make sure there's extra for, make sure you got health insurance, make sure you're able to save and put away for retirement, because this is not something they offer. So this is something you have to do for yourself. And so I'm just putting this video together to just inform you of like what's ahead when you get into the insurance company, and just things to be mindful of and prepare, because each day that passes by, you're getting older, you're not getting younger. And honestly, it's a good thing to prepare for retirement and prepare for a time where you're not going to work or be able to work. And so, yeah. So that was all. I hope you like this video. Definitely subscribe and like, hit that bell notification. But I am very grateful for you guys for watching my videos. It's crazy, like I don't have that much watch time, but in comparison from like years ago, I don't even remember when I started this channel, but in comparison for the last, like, I want to say 4 videos that I posted, it increased from 0.5 watch time to 6 hour watch time. Like, what? The jump is crazy. I'm not quite as close to my goal at all by any means necessary, but I mean, by any means, but the fact that I was able to go from 0.5 to 6 hours of watch time, I thank you guys. Thank you for watching. I definitely hope that you just join me for this ride. Sorry, if you're looking for more insurance content, definitely comment below. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to know in the insurance industry. Let me know if you're thinking about it, if you started any classes, or you're just trying to figure out how to get into insurance. I think that's going to be my next video, so stay tuned to that.